Committee.
So as we get used at the end of every session that we have a debate, so we will start our debate now talking about revascularization of long femoropopliteal disease. We'll start with dear Professor Dr. Muhammad Omar Al-Farouk talking about paclitaxel coated balloons.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Thank you very much for the very kind invitation and the organizer, which has done a lot of effort. I would like to share experience with you. My talk is about revascularization, fem-pop segment using paclitaxel. If I summarize my lecture in just one sentence, when you have a drug-eluting balloon with a certain drug, this drug only play 10 to 20% of how efficacy is this balloon. It's not the whole thing. And this is the main core of my message. So the debate, because you need to specify which is better, paclitaxel or sirolimus as a DCB for fem-pop segment intervention. So the clinical advantage, we know that DCB in peripheral vascular disease, we all have to use it. It's a technology which is here to stay. It supports the nothing to leave behind. You reserve the vessel anatomy, and it prevents restenosis. And the most important, preventing restenosis, because we don't have tools that can do that. We don't have much tools except DCB. Now, the design of DCB is to maximize the drug delivery and rapid drug transfer, and then sustain drug bioavailability. So when you're speaking about paclitaxel, what is the carrier of paclitaxel, how it can move toward the endothelium, where does it stay, and what is the pharmacodynamics inside the wall. This is actually 90% of the advantage, and not the paclitaxel as a drug. So the determinant of success is, as I said, the type of the drug, but this is only 20%. The coating, and this is really tricky to industry. The drug transfer, which you need to really to do a lot of studies, and then the drug kinetics. So let us go to paclitaxel. We know paclitaxel, it is cytotoxic, it is not cytostatic as sirolimus. It doesn't have anti-inflammatory effect, which might be a disadvantage, and it is simple cytotoxic with a safe drug. This is what we know about paclitaxel. Here I've put a diagram that will show you if the benefit is toward paclitaxel as a drug or the benefit towards sirolimus. So you can see what is in green is the advantage of sirolimus, which is the drug distribution, which sirolimus have anti-inflammatory effect, and the safe margin is much better than paclitaxel. Paclitaxel is 1,000-fold, but sirolimus is much safer, which is 10,000-fold. But this is not the question. This is not the issue, the drug itself. Because there is something called a class effect. What is a class? A class is a group of drugs which have a single mode of action, which have a specific design. And we have paclitaxel and sirolimus. And what is called class effect? Are these drugs have a consistent effect over every artery? The answer is no. It's been verified, it's been studied, so they don't have a class effect, which doesn't mean that even two paclitaxel balloon, they don't work the same, because the carrier is different, the pharmacodynamics are different. So here we are dealing with what is called class effect, which is not there. So you need to study each drug on a specific carrier, on a specific artery. This in order to get the answer. So similar performance demonstrated by consistent safety and efficacy measures. So you need to do this study. In vitro study, you go to animal model, then first in human, then non-RCT, and then you go to RCT. And you don't do this for all the drug with paclitaxel. No, you need to do it with every drug on top of every balloon. And this is important. So does paclitaxel have a class effect? There is 3 guidelines with paclitaxel as DCB in FEMPOP segment. I took the 3 important paragraphs of this document. All of them confirm that there is no class effect in paclitaxel coated balloon, which means that you need to study each paclitaxel on which carrier, on which balloon, to which artery. And this is the main message of the class effect. Does class effect exist between DCB? No. So there is no unified, you will say, this balloon is paclitaxel, so this is what it will do. No, it's not like that. It is more complicated than that. How you can deliver the drug, which drug, what concentration, because you know the initial paclitaxel balloon, we all have seen the drops of paclitaxel white powder on our hands. The second generation, third generation, they don't have this. So the amount of embolization of the drug also you need to study. So not all paclitaxel balloon and the evidence is, this is one of the papers that have been presented by a nice friend which is Khosrow Niazi from United States. He compared the drug-eluting balloons impact trial to Lutonics. Both of them are paclitaxel but different concentration, different carrier. They are not the same. The result to Lutonics was better than impact by Medtronic. And this is the conclusion. He said that there is a significant difference between DCB. So, coronary are not like peripheral, I know that, but this one of the studies that mentioned that was called the SIRPAC trial, which compares sirolimus to paclitaxel. There was no difference, no statistical. But coronaries are different from FEMPOP. I do totally emphasize on that. So sirolimus, there are 2 drugs now, 2 balloons are sirolimus. The Magic Touch, but they have a problem with the carrier, and solution SLR. And both of them are different because the Magic Touch is used encapsulated phospholipid nanoparticles as a carrier. These have a lot of specific way of delivering the drug. And this is nanoparticle will expel the drug toward the intima, and this is how it works. While solution SLR, which is the most recent of sirolimus, work on totally different concept, which is a polymer that slowly release the drug. So you can see that these are the microscopic picture of the 2 balloons. Both of them are sirolimus, but both of them are totally different. I'm sure if they made head-to-head study, which has not been made yet, there will be difference, and actually solution will be better than Magic Touch. So this is if you compare the amount of release of the drug between different balloons. You can see that sirolimus release a lot more of the drug, while paclitaxel release a bit more. This is the green bar at the bottom. So again, the release is not the same. So my conclusion in the remaining 45 seconds, and I wouldn't cross it because Samir and Professor Hubballah, my dear friends, are there, so I wouldn't cross the time. So my conclusion is different DCB have different effects, and there is no class effect across DCB. And sirolimus may have an advantage over PTX as a drug, but it is largely dependent on coating technology and diuretic kinetic. Each DCB should be evaluated on its own merit, and I think for the moment, with the current evidence, we don't have enough evidence to say sirolimus is better than paclitaxel, and I leave the 12 seconds behind. Thank you.